This outpost is our target. We need to take it out. When it is gone, the director and the loyal Korkiran slaves won't be able to conduct surveillance on nearby asteroid fields. Then our resistance can gather here and plan actions.
Very well. Good luck.
Adjusting heading.
Exclamation, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Starpoint Gemini. We're picking up pretty much right where we left off. We're in the midst of trying to get the Korkiran resistance on our side, gain their trust, gain their ships, gain their resources.
Adjusting heading.
As part of that, they want us to run a few errands for them, namely killing off some of this listening post here, and generally show our willingness to kick some colonial directorate ass and be on the same team as them.
Adjusting heading.
So I'm just trying to navigate my way around here and not crash too often into these rocks. This is one of the, as I've mentioned before, one of the more difficult, I guess difficult is the word I want to use, one of the more buggy perhaps areas of the system, which is of the game, I mean, which is
Almost done, Captain.
these rocks always appear to have collision boxes that are far too large compared to where I'm actually at.
Changing course.
So I'm often playing pinball when I go through these asteroid belts.
Adjusting course.
Let's see, we're down to just this stationary target here. So this will be a little bit of a sit and spin here.
Front shields down, sir.
Again, it'd be kind of interesting, I think,
Course laid in.
if someone figured out how to, I don't know, give you bonuses for
Course laid in.
sneaking up on enemies while you're in this sort of a game.
Entering course.
I kind of mentioned this before, where
Adjusting heading.
you have these games that are sort of based off of. Now, I don't think Starpoint Gemini is based off anything, but I know the original Starfleet Command was sort of based off loosely off the Starfleet Battle stuff, which is like a hex-based game. And so that's where you came upon all these, different shield facings and all that stuff. But it doesn't really work in this format because obviously I'm just sitting around here and just spinning around, getting all my weapons in range, and
Many thanks, Captain. My ships will remain here in the asteroid field. We'll wait for reinforcements and plan ahead. Once again, your help is appreciated, and I hope we'll fight together again soon.
You are welcome. This war is far from over. There will be many battles ahead. Take care, former adjudicator.
as well as absorbing different damage on the different shields. So let's
Maximum speed.
get this story going some more. I'll be right back.
Adjusting heading.
I hope you'll be there. Ridley out.
Hello, Captain. Ever since you left for Korkira, there was no sign of you. Demetrius is sending me to check on your progress and assist if needed. We'll be waiting for you in the forge. I hope you'll be there. Ridley out.
Well, looks like someone misses you, Captain. Mind your console, Mr. Doe, and don't bother yourself with anything else. Of course, Captain. I just thought, space, loneliness, all that pressure. Don't push it, Lieutenant, unless you want to feel real pressure.
Somebody's feeling a little sensitive.
Aye, aye, sir.
Captain, thank heavens you're here. This person here requests my immediate surrender. Together we stand a better chance.
Ah, Adjudicator Derek. It's good to see you again.
Captain, do you know the commander of this Archimedes?
What's this? Are you familiar with this brute?
Brute. Watch your tongue, lady, while you still have it.
Everybody, please calm down. Dr. Ridley, this brute is a former adjudicator of the Korkiran Triumvirate, Christopher Derek. And Mr. Derek, the lady, is Dr. Eleanor Ridley, a
starship. She any good?
I'll show you. Nothing like a good demonstration.
Dr. Ridley, please restrain yourself. Judicator, the Archimedes saved him more than once already. You can trust her.
Well, I owe you, Captain. What do you say about the joint mission? Just to prove we all have good intentions.
What did you have in mind?
We have obtained information that a large Directorate military supply convoy will be traveling through this sector soon. And if their supplies are to become our supplies, let's just say that will be of great use to us.
You want us to attack an entire military convoy? Do you have any escort?
Lady, that is a military convoy, not a science expedition. Of course they have escort. I actually presume they have quite a large escort.
Now, I know you're not suicidal, so what's the rest of the plan?
I have several more ships loyal to the Corkiran resistance in the local dust cloud, so we must somehow draw the convoy inside it. Once there, sensor interference will prevent them from seeing how few of us there are, and there's the element of surprise. It should be enough.
Leave the decoy to me. I can use some of the old tricks they taught me in special operations training, but what if they broadcast a distress signal? We can't take the entire convoy that fast.
I have some scrambling boys in the cargo hold. If we deploy them, all long-range communications will be impossible.
Excellent. We have everything we need then. Let's proceed into the dust cloud.
Alright, looks like we're going to do some trapping of convoys here.
Maximum speed.
Try to get these guys on our side fully.
We're safe from those patrols.
It's be as good as way as any, I guess.
Aye, aye, sir.
5 days.
I'll start deploying the boys. You can organize the formations and prepare for battle.
She even issues orders? You really work in a strange environment.
Dr. Ridley has many talents. You'll see.
Finding every excuse he can to sing her praises. Alright, we got, looks like she's dropping buoys here. So should be ready to go.
Enemy convoy is entering the sector. Whatever decoy you had in mind, Captain, now would be the best time.
Okay, I created multiple false distress signals using Imperial encryption. If we're lucky, they'll think there's an Imperial or Directorate battle group in trouble here.
Well, if they bite, there really will be a Directorate battle group in danger here. Then,
It's working. The convoy is changing direction and is coming this way. Stand by.
Good luck to all of you, and remember, those are Directorate vessels. They do not retreat.
also, avoid destroying the freighters. They must only be disabled if we are to benefit from this.
Enemy inbound.
Alright, looks like we got a bunch of enemies coming in here. Drawing them in, it's time to put the herd on them. So
Initiating maneuver.
I've been playing a little bit more of, on the side, the early access, I guess it's pre-alpha, of the Starpoint Gemini 2. I like what I see so far. I know I've mentioned this a little bit before, but I've been playing it a little bit more to try to get,
Now I know
more familiar with it. And I like some of the changes. Some of the other changes are kind of odd, to say the least. One of the things that I think is probably the weirdest of the changes is you see on the left-hand side here that I have all my sort of ship systems and displays about the repair status and whether or not my weapons are ready and so on and so forth. They have something very similar in Starpoint Gemini 2. The difference being that it's sort of a circular, what's the term? A radial menu that's there constantly, and it has all of your sort of major ship systems and weapons around it, around the radius, and your
Course laid in.
your ship image right in the center.
Entering course.
I don't think the ship image changes. I haven't noticed it if it does. When you're damaged and whatnot.
Adjusting course. You're
So that's kind of interesting. And
Excellent. We'll transport the equipment now.
all right, we got transporting
Well
equipment.
done. We have what we wanted. Now destroy those freighters and let's get out of here.
They're a sitting duck, sir.
Okay, that should be an easy turkey shoot here.
Target destroyed.
And we'll get rid of these guys, and we'll get headed on our way here.
That's it. Mission complete. Our task force is evacuating to the fringe. I have something to show you. Please join us. We must evaluate the implications of this victory and use the newly gained initiative fast. And Dr. Ridley, I wish to apologize. Despite being a woman, you fight fiercely and think clearly. It will be an honor to have you at my side in our next battle.
Thank you, Judicator Derek. I will accompany you ahead. You restore my trust in Corcoran honor, which I've heard so much about.
Would you look at that? Are you really so easy to impress? It's because of the title, isn't it? That Judicator sounds powerful.
What's wrong, Captain? Jealous?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm just saying that you didn't sweet talk with me after only a few hours. Matters not, we have far more important things to do here than analyzing your emotional responses.
Captain, don't be a...
Conversation over. War will not wait for us. Move out. Changing course.
Yeah,
Search for the fifth.
only love interests could frustrate you that much. So obviously there's something blooming here
Sector Grid 9 through 14
between the
are still
captain
love, so
and
military
Ridley,
better.
which kind of figured earlier on. It's just now taking more of a shape, and it looks like she herself is spitting with this adjudicator guy. So bit of a triangle going on, of course. That's how all good stories are built upon, right? It's not like everybody and their grandmother writes a story like that, right? All right, let's so I don't keep rambling on here. Let's get a move on and see what they have to show us. Okay, what do we have coming up here? Ooh, that is a quite large ship, and
I'm glad you
rather
decided
sexy.
to come with us, Captain. You have correctly recognized that at this moment our fight is your fight as well, and we are thankful for your assistance. Colonial Directorate is an enemy unknown to us, but very familiar to you, so you can imagine that any advice you have is precious.
I have a feeling you'll be in a position to return the favor sooner than you expect. Tell me about this beautiful ship you're guarding.
It is the Apocalypto, the mightiest ship ever constructed for the Corkiran fleet.
She's a beauty. Where did you get her?
Our sympathizers warn us of the place and time of her construction and help us organize a hijack, but she is unfinished. We towed her here and updates our building drawings and construction blueprints, but our results are poor. It is just impossible to finish her outside the real shipyard.
So we need a shipyard. A small task.
But achievable. Rotterdam facility would be perfect.
Rotterdam? As in Rotterdam and Heraclean Stretch? In the middle of Corcoran space? Their main fleet-building complex?
Yes, that Rotterdam. No smaller shipyard would do. And if we seize control of that major installation and complete the Apocalypto afterwards, it could turn the tide of this conflict in Konkira to our favor.
Or we could all die in a futile assault.
I'm sure the Judicator has a plan. He didn't seem crazy to me so far.
Indeed I do. The freighters we sacked recently were carrying refit parts for Directorate ships in Heraclean Stretch. Their logs indicate that a large group of Directorate vessels are waiting to be upgraded near Rotterdam. They're not fully functional and present a potential flaw in their defenses, but we must strike fast. Time window for action is limited, and we might never have such an opportunity again.
You plan to capture those ships?
Yes, addition of those vessels would make an assault on the shipyard itself possible.
Sounds far-fetched, but worse plans have succeeded sometimes.
One of our ships must carry skeleton crews for those vessels. I suggest Captain takes that responsibility. The rest of us will engage defending ships. Only when those captured ships join our battle can we assault and board the shipyard.
Fine with me. I'm just sorry Steiger isn't here. I could use his help.
Stagger is busy elsewhere, escorting the Directorate back to hell.
If there are no questions, let's proceed. I'll meet you in Heracles Stretch.
Escorting the Directorate back to hell. Nice. Nice play on words there. So we're going to take over a shipyard. This is going to be interesting. Or frustrating. Really depends on which way it goes. So, let's head off and see what kind of damage we can do.
Changing course. Our relief convoy has been delayed for unknown. Enemy sensor ready, sir.
Do not allow them to get to you, Captain. Fleet, draw the fire.
And watch out for the shipyard and don't get too close. Its defenses are powerful.
Alright, I've decided to, we're here in Heracles Stretch, and I've decided to make a beeline for these ships that I'm supposed to populate with some crew. I figure that would be the wisest course of action here, so we get more NPCs to fight our battle. Unfortunately, I'm having trouble keeping my shields facing, my shields that are still up facing the enemy here. There's this EMP-like weapon that they keep, the enemy keeps using on me. It sort of knocks out your thrusters and your engine, so it makes it so that it's very difficult to turn. And let me just say, what a pain in the neck it is, because it seems to be the go-to weapon for the AI here. And just after a while, you get a little bit tired of it. But it's part of the game. Speaking of the game, I was talking about its predecessor.
Great job. Attention all ships.
Or
Concentrate your
not.
attack on the smaller guard posts and its protectors.
Opening fire.
Okay.
Engineering reports fluctuations in our power core. An anomaly could be
I may not get very much talking in here, in between these battles here, in between the dialogue. And these guys don't look like they're even part of the mission. They're just hanging out here. That's the other thing, is that I tend to get attacked by NPCs along the way that aren't really part of the mission. And it can be a little bit frustrating from time to time. But I'm going to repair up and continue with the mission. Alright, now we just have to attack this stationary guard post. So
Our mission is nearly completed. Return to Rotterdam and knock out its platforms.
or we can destroy it in just a few hits. Okay. You know what? These are all stationary targets, so this is going to be pretty boring as I sit here and just keep spinning around, not taking a whole lot of damage. So I'm going to spare you some of this and cut away, and I will return when I'm about ready to destroy the last of these weapons platforms.
Dock 7 is all yours. Our ship is leaving the station.
Alright, just about have this last platform taken care of.
Boarding is underway. Stay on alert for counterattack.
Judicator Derek, stop your attack! How can you fire on your own comrades?
You're not my comrade anymore. Not as long as you fight for those who would sell our soul for their own interest.
Judicator, we are not here to question our leaders. Our society is based on discipline and obedience. You, of all people, should understand that.
No, our absolute obedience is what made us these pathetic slaves today. We threw ourselves before the very enemy we defeated years ago.
As you wish. But this isn't over yet.
They are going for Rotterdam. I think they'll attack it.
I expected that. It is their doctrine. If they can hold the shipyard, nobody will.
Protect the shipyard. We can't lose it now that we are so close.
What is this now? Why are our allies shooting at us?
That is treason of a traitor. How does it feel now?
Hail them or anyone in Concord in command.
No use, Mr. Zero. You played your role and you aren't needed anymore. How about that honor?
Rotterdam personnel, this is your commander. We are left alone. Our sacrifice is not needed or required. I'm surrendering the facility.
Alright, well, we're learning a little bit more about
Gate is now closed for all
the
operations.
Corcoran
Aye, aye, sir.
triumvirate here. So apparently they're
Adjusting
not
course.
as militaristic, I suppose, as the Baldor Republic, but they do have this sort of,
Mission control. You've got
I
the
guess,
rest
almost a Klingon sort of
Target
sense of
designated.
honor, in certain respects. Maybe not to that extreme
Aye, aye, sir.
aspect, but
You're almost done, Captain.
probably somewhere close.
You're almost done, Captain.
And they apparently also don't think very highly of women in command positions, so this is a large education for them, I think.
Be advised, cargo vessel is
Taking these guys out, so having these guys on our side will be should be a boon to our cause here. Seems like they're as unhappy with the current situation as anybody else.
actually
Sure wish my allies would help me out here a little bit.
They're a sitting duck, sir.
You know, these NPCs,
Aye, aye, sir.
AI is a little bit flaky from time to time. They tend to just fly around and occasionally they'll shoot at something.
Course laid in. Target destroyed.
When they feel like
Wait
it.
for me, Captain.
So yeah, continuing with the what I was looking at as far as the
You're almost done,
Starpoint
Captain.
Gemini
Course is
2
down, sir.
had that weird radial thing going on. I don't quite understand it yet. I've been playing around with it a little bit. It's interesting. I don't know. I don't know if it's very friendly
Aye, aye,
from a
sir.
user
You're almost done,
interface
Captain.
perspective, but
They're a sitting
you know,
duck,
it's
sir.
different, I suppose. There is still the center console, if you will, with the multiple buttons.
Done it. Even I can hardly believe it. We captured Rotterdam.
I gotta keep fighting these guys before I continue here. With the 4 buttons on either side of the main console
Adjusting heading.
to fire your special abilities
Course is
or
down, sir.
your weapons as it
Adjusting
stands.
heading. Action
So that's all
down,
the
sir.
same. Of course, it is also it's no longer a mouse clicky type of thing. It's now a flying around with the
Seems I'm gonna be out of the loop for a
WASD
while,
keys
Captain.
and
They got me good.
actually taking more direct control of your ship, you know, from behind.
Enter course.
And then you use the mouse to sort of direct your weapons,
laid
which is it. I like the idea. I like the idea of it, and it's actually working out better than I thought initially when I heard that it was going to be a fully 3D game. It actually works out a lot better than I thought. It's still a little difficult to,
Course is down, sir.
I guess, keep to navigate a little bit, to keep the enemies in your sights. Camera is a little bit close, but I assume that's just something that will iron itself out.
Enter course.
The weird thing though is they made traveling a lot
Course laid in.
nicer in some respects, and also kept it a lot kept it very similar, which
Down, sir.
is sort of rubbing me the wrong way in certain cases. I think one of the big issues that I have with this game, the Starpoint Gemini
Changing
1,
course.
is that there's a lot of lag time between, there's a lot of time where you're just flying through space trying to get somewhere. The jump drive helps a lot, and it looks like even in Starpoint Gemini 2, the jump drive, or T drive, I should say. I'm using Wing Commander references here instead of actual in-game references. That helps a lot.
This is a glorious day for Corkira and all of Gemini.
Broadcast to all allied vessels that we have a new stronghold. We must gather here to protect it, in case the Directorate tries to recapture it. And bring the Apocalypto here as well. It is about time that it is completed and used for a decent purpose. As for you captains, you have done a great service to Corkira this day. We do not forget our debts. Once our struggle is over, know that you have a sincere and honest ally here. For now, please accept our hospitality at our new home, the Rotterdam facility.
Affirmative. Captain, you're free for the time being. I'll inform Demetrius of the progress we've made today. I'm sure he'll be pleased. Expect someone from the League to contact you when we'll be ready for the next step. Archimedes out.
Yay, we have new allies. Some new drinking buddies to call upon when we're in desperate need here. So I think I'm going to take up their offer and actually dock and repair. And we will continue both my discussion on the next game and the storyline of this game in the next episode. Thanks for watching, everybody.